Oshkosh 2020, here we come.
Flight of 2 for the overhead.
We landed here.
We're looking at an F-111F.
Bryan already launched out of Dayton. I'm gonna head up to Rockford, Illinois via Dayton. There's some thunderstorms kind of on the way here. But the weather brief for all these areas is saying it's gonna be good, and it looks like the weather to the south is dissipating. So I'll keep an eye on it, both on the electronic surveillance here and then also just watching it real time. But all indications are it should be good getting into Rockford, and got a hangar spot there, which makes me happy. Got to stay overnight in the hangar here, also makes me happy. So getting ready to start the plane up, about 2 hours, 2:15 en route, ready to rock and roll.
All right, I got some weather off the nose. I'm looking at it here on the screen as well as up there. There's the weather, and there it is. You can see the exact spot that rainstorm is starting. So I'm clear down here. I decided to descend down. I'm about 2,000, 2,500 kind of variant based on the rain and buildings near Indy. But yeah, that's what I was avoiding. So I wanted to descend so that I could actually see the weather from down here and check out where the clouds are coming down, if any place. And then I had a route to head around to the south if I needed to, but I can see up ahead here, and it's pretty good. So yeah, glad I didn't end up over there. Not that I would have, because I could see it on radar, but here we are. So I did mention earlier that my hometown has a TRSA, and I never flew, not training or anything, or growing up I didn't fly there, but I knew there was a TRSA because, you know, when you're in flight school you look at stuff around your hometown, and I saw that there was one there. I'm about to fly into Rockford here into the TRSA. I'll land there, and got a hangar lined up again, which is awesome.
I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down.
The advantages of Illinois. This is my parents' backyard. We go for a little trip down the river. The river's right at the end down there, so not exactly the kind of terrain you would have in Seattle.
Should have just enough water to get around that one.
Amazon 737's taking off here out of Rockford. Used to be on the air team for Amazon, so knocking out some final flight planning here. I'm gonna head to Des Moines, Iowa. Bryan is gonna be airborne soon. He's flying out of Bloomington, Indiana, so I'll probably get to Des Moines a little bit before him. But our plan's to link up there in Des Moines and then head back to the west together. A little bit better to have a couple planes together for these longer cross countries if we can, and so that's our plan. So we'll meet up. I'm not sure if we're gonna stay the night in Iowa, if we'll do one more leg. We'll kind of play it by ear, but weather looks pretty good here. Heading west, weather should be pretty good as well. There's a couple of storms that Bryan had to pick through this morning, and then there's a couple of little cells building that shouldn't be a factor for us, but I'll keep an eye on them as we head out there.
Here we go, the mighty Mississippi. I feel like driving, flying, commercial flying, small plane flying, doesn't matter. It's always kind of neat to cross the Mississippi River. It's like you're going almost from one side of the country to the other. We used to come to the locks here and watch the barges come through. It's pretty cool because in Seattle we have locks as well, and so whenever I see the locks there, I always kind of think back to these on the Mississippi. A lot of this stuff, it feels like I'm talking about is like memory lane from growing up in this area. I guess it kind of is. Maybe that's why I like coming back here so much, especially in an airplane. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but that's the Rock Island Stadium where I used to compete when I was in high school. That was always an awesome track meet because they have like this bowl stadium. That was just really cool to go in there. Situation update. I am flying around at 105 knots indicated, burning 4.5 gallons an hour with 110 knots ground, waiting for Bryan. But what I've done is I've lined up so that his flight time at about 150 knots is the same as mine. So we're gonna come together coming into the airport at the same time. So I'm just kind of chilling. For any low and slow flyers, Trent Palmer style, I guess, is probably the most famous by far. I can understand the struggle is real. Everything seems to be going by pretty slow. But still cool up here above the clouds. Nice cool air, super smooth. I'm up at 8,500 feet heading westbound. That's great. Airplane's trimmed up. I'm just hanging out. The plan worked out perfectly. Bryan is coming in here 3 miles out as I just was touching down, so we're going to grab some gas here at Ankeny.
Ankeny traffic, RB5 Delta Juliet, left downwind 18. Full stop, Ankeny.
Got gas, and now we are ready to rock and roll. We're going to go to Sioux Falls for our next stop, and that's probably where we'll stop for the night. Just call it a day there, get some food, get some rest, and then fire it back up tomorrow for another day of flying. So we'll head out of here. Should be good.
907 Mike Bravo, radar contact 31 miles southeast Sioux Falls, altitude 6,500, Sioux Falls altimeter 29906. And say again your request.
Yeah, we'd like a practice ASR to a full stop if able for the section flight or two.
97 Mike Bravo, roger. Have your request, and you said you're a flight of 2 this evening?
Affirmative, flight of 2 RVs.
97 Mike Bravo, roger. Stand by, let me see if we can count it.
Set Mike Bravo.
97 Mike Bravo, we should be able to get the ASR done for you. You can expect Vector's ASR running 15 approach. For some reason we can't here in the next few minutes. Do you have another request?
I'll set Mike Bravo, we'll just come in for the overhead if unable.
97 Mike Bravo, roger. And yeah, we should be able to. I'll let you know here in a couple minutes in case we don't have the staffing to open the other scope.
Yeah, set Mike Bravo, copy. Thanks for trying to accommodate either way, and we're going to start our ascent down to 4.5 now.
97 Mike Bravo, right?
think a lot of people don't do ASRs, even though they're pretty cool, just because they're not familiar. But you know, in the military, in the Marine Corps, we'd fly those all the time, normally PAR approach. And so that was a pretty common way that we got into the field. If we could, we'd back it up with another approach as well, but we trained to that quite a bit. So it's always fun to go do one. This will be, I think, Bryan's first time as a section doing one, so that'll be cool to see as well. We're on the ASR now. Well, not on the ASR portion. We're on vectors. So we should get cleared over to the ASR controller here once we get a left turn for a hook in towards final.
7 Mike Bravo, turn left heading 310.
Oh, 310, 7 Mike Bravo.
7 Mike Bravo, and this ASR will be to a full stop.
That's affirmative.
Roger. And 907 Mike Bravo, you can contact Sioux Falls final controller on 124.45.
124.45, 7 Mike Bravo. Sioux Falls final control, RV 907 Mike Bravo, flight of 2 RVs with you, 4.5.
RV7 Mike Bravo, Sioux Falls final controller. This will be a surveillance approach to runway 15, published minimum descent altitude 1,960. This approach point 3/4 of a mile from the runway.
7 Mike Bravo, flight copies all.
RV7 Mike Bravo, flight currently 7.5 miles from the runway in a left downwind for runway 15.
7 Mike Bravo, flight.
RV907 Mike Bravo, tower advises runway 15, clear to land and caution wake turbulence. There is a regional jet on the roll right now.
7 Mike Bravo.
RV7 Mike Bravo, turn left heading 240.
240.
RV7 Mike Bravo, if no transmissions are received for 1 minute in the pattern or 15 seconds on final, attempt to contact Sioux Falls approach on 125.8 and proceed VFR.
7 Mike Bravo, copies all.
7.5 miles from the runway on a left base. Turn left heading 180.
180.
Turn left heading 150.
150.
Hey, it's Real-Time Me, jumping in to do a quick voiceover to give the caveat that some of the audio and video here is cut out for timing. But I tried to leave enough of it in to at least give an idea of what an ASR looks like. Okay, that's it.
7 miles from the runway on a straight in, slightly left of course. Turn right heading 155. Six miles from the runway, prepare to descend in 1 mile. Turn right heading 160. Five miles from the runway, descend to your minimum descent altitude. And 7 Mike Bravo, tower advises 7 Mike Bravo is clear to land and the wingman planned a misapproach and to stay with the pattern with tower.
7 Mike Bravo, copies.
3 miles from the runway, left of course, correcting. 1.5 miles from the runway.
7 Mike Bravo in flight has runway in sight. And can you confirm left pattern for wingman?
Affirmative, left pattern for the wingman. You can contact tower 118.3.
1183, 7 Mike Bravo in flight, wingman's going missed.
That's it for this one, the second to last video in our Oshkosh 2020 series. Next time we'll pick back up, leaving Sioux Falls the following morning and flying over the Badlands, which is the coolest flying we did on this trip. So if you want to see that, go ahead and hit subscribe below or on the screen right here, and we will see you on the next one.